I just got back from a fantastic promotion in Moose Jaw, Saskatchewan. Sounds glamorous, doesn't it? Well, actually, Al Capone used to think it was very glamorous. That's where he used to hole up during the Prohibition. Yeah. Actually, a lot of the moonshine came from here, Saskatchewan. It's true. There's even tunnels under the city. It's a small city, and I've been going to this health food store for 20 years when I launched my first brand many moons ago. And some of the same ladies are still there. So it's always really productive, and I sell a lot. And what I love about them is, people come back continually all the time to see them because they rely on their health advice. And I love to see in that location, particularly in a lot of the smaller towns, it's a lot of elderly people, and they have the stuff they've been on for 20, 30 years. And they're religious about it, and they're in good health because of it. So you get to know people over the years, and you might not see them for 4 or 5, and then all of a sudden, boom, there they are, and you find out what's been going on with them and health challenges, and how supplements and vitamins, minerals, herbs, homeopathics have changed everything for them. I love it. I really do. When I got told I had osteoarthritis in my spine, I left the office in tears, more out of frustration with the doctor. And then I got in the car and I thought back to how many people over the years I've met that have turned it around with supplements, herbs, vitamins, minerals, homeopathics. So I knew when I left I was going to turn it around, and that I did. The one thing I didn't have back then when I found out about the osteoarthritis was I didn't take supplements. I marketed for over 10 years heavily that you could get everything you required in your food. And I found out that was a crock. I didn't know. And by the time I was 48, I lost 3 inches in my height. So I went at my health with a complete vengeance. And I was already on the path, but when that happened and I got that diagnosis, I decided I didn't want to be a decrepit old person, and I decided to turn it around. And that I did. Right now we're in virus season, and it doesn't matter if it's the coronavirus or whatever. We need to get prepared. And I think in times of crisis, it's best to keep our eye on the ball and not get distracted with all the stupidity. Let that play. Right now, you need to get yourself armed. And I do that at the health food store. I don't like to buy my supplements in the mainstream, okay? It's just a watered down version. I try not to, but sometimes you do. So right now, wherever you can get what you need on your budget, that's what you need to do. Because this is as important as the ibuprofen or the rubbing alcohol, really. Because if you do this, you can defeat this. And you can. So vitamin C is, to me, the number one thing. Got it. People are so resistant, and I don't understand why, because it's so simple and it works. I take a powder every day. This one is a calcium absorbate base. Recently, the liposomal came out. This is maximum absorption. If you can get a good price on it, go. I also take a powder, same as this, but it's got a magnesium absorbate base. Can always use more magnesium, so I like to shake up my sources. I don't know exactly what my body loves. I know what it tolerates. So it takes a while to find your blend, let's just say, or your source. Vitamin C. I was promoting a spray one today. This is a real food supplement. Spray it. Except it's not a lot of punch. This is something I have in the car. And before I go to do my promo, I have a couple shots. Before I go to the grocery store, a couple of shots. This one is a beautiful, real vitamin C from real food. But it's quite expensive, comparatively, and it depends what you're doing. I live this lifestyle, so I am always after a bargain, but I need super efficacy. So I have it in my cupboard and I use it, but it's not my number one to rely on, particularly in virus season. I take my vitamin C through the summer too. My basic is 2,000 milligrams per day. At this time right now, I'm up to 4,000. I have a bone thing anyway, so vitamin C extra is always really good. It's a healer. Aging, collagen, vitamin C, you need that. So, you know, ladies, this is like a beauty aid. Get at it. This is the number one. B12 spray. This one's a whole food one from Garden of Life. I love it. A shot is 500. Have it in your car if you're stressed out. This is the stuff. The B12 is key to stress, right? Okay, probiotics. Again, price. I'm a good bargain hunter. I found this one. It was regular $28. I got it for $7. Yeah. It's a 20 billion. It's a prenatal one. I don't care. Doesn't matter. It's good. It's good bugs. That's what you want, right? Get your deal when you can. I'm promoting a kids one right now, which is from Garden of Life. It's doctor formulated. 5 billion for kids. Chewable, real food. Awesome. I ate a few of those today myself. We talk about probiotics all the time, but we never talk about prebiotics. I promote this one too, MS Prebiotic. It's from Manitoba. I like local, best we can. This is a potato fiber. It's a non-digestible. How I describe the prebiotics is when you take a little bit every day, mostly because we don't eat enough fiber. None of us do, very few. You just need a scoop of this and it blends right into your water or your drink and just down it. No taste, it's totally neutral. And what it does is I describe it like it builds the nest. It helps build the nest so that the good bacteria can proliferate. When it comes down to viruses, they're going to be duking it out. You've got the good guys and the bad guys, right? And you want to have the best environment for your good guys to be strong. Activated charcoal. This one is, okay, here's the scoop on activated charcoal. Number one, you might find it getting a little skimpy out there coming up because most of it's from China. A lot of them use coconut husks. That is how they do their activated charcoal. This one they use is from Craig, Saskatchewan, totally local, only North American supplier. Super cool. They've been producing it for a couple of years now. I take this a little bit internally every couple of days. Just a quarter of a teaspoon, not much. And it acts like fiber in your system. But what it also does is it's an adsorber. So what adsorbers do is instead of absorbing toxins, they attach. And what it does is it pulls toxins through your system. A lot of people try to do cleanses and get themselves set up health-wise. But cleanses are 7 days, 15 days. A lot of people do them and know they had great results, but they never go back and do it again. It's finding the time for it. You know, on Friday night, it's the last thing you want to do, even a 3-day cleanse over the weekend, and it gets put off. The activated charcoal kind of does that on a lower level, and it scavenges. And that's what you want. If you're having a drug overdose or something, that's what they would give you in the hospital, the activated charcoal. Pull the toxins. Another, of course, the coronavirus or COVID-19 is a lung thing. I take NAC, N-acetyl-L-cysteine, and I take 1,200 milligrams a day. There was a time before I was taking all the vitamin C, I was actually taking double that for my lungs and liver. This is a detoxer. This is something they also use in the hospital, and it's super reasonably priced. I think this is key right now, honestly, because it helps to pull mucus from your system. It really attacks toxins, breaks them down and gets them out of the body, and it works with both the liver and the lungs, so super important. And again, super reasonable. This is a detoxer and a good one to have, particularly with a virus that attacks the lungs. More vitamin D. Yes, I take my D and K2 together, usually in drops. Today I got a good deal on this one, so that's what I went for. I take quite a bit of D myself. I take about 10,000 I use a day, but it's a bone thing. If you're not taking any at all, this is the time to start. This will help enhance your immunity. This is all about immunity. Vitamin D drops, fantastic, great for traveling. The NAC, interestingly enough, again, always looking for a deal. That one was $5. I think it's usually 20. These guys launched it as HMB, and nobody knew what that was on the shelf. So again, I always look through the bins, the bargains, and I see what I can find. And lo and behold, this one has NAC, vitamin C, and alpha lipoic acid. Fantastic. I use all three of those. So that's how I do it. That's how I keep stocked. Antivirals, olive leaf. I got this one. Regular, $11.45. I got it for $2.86. I leave these ones sealed. I don't need it right now, but I might. And if the COVID-19 comes rolling through Regina, I'm going to be starting to take this one. Mushrooms. If you got them, get them. If you can get a deal. Excellent antivirals. Reishi, maitake, chaga, I don't care what it is. Mushrooms are adaptogens, so they really help maintain equilibrium. And mushrooms can be a little bit more expensive, but again, good option. Echinacea and golden seal. Oh yeah, I got that one. $30 for $7. Echinacea, again, immune enhancing, and golden seal is like a natural antibiotic. So when I get both of those together, if I was starting to get sick from any virus, I would pop these and get going on those. So I like to have them on hand, keep them sealed. Pal de Arco is another one. It's a South American one, actually. I discovered it there. But I always have this one on hand too. Again, a natural antibiotic. It's not an antibiotic, but it acts very similarly. And garlic. This one is, I found it as a cholesterol control one, but it's with hawthorn, cayenne, and vitamin E. That's a really good antiviral too. These are the things we can do to arm ourselves and be ready. Of course, there's more. I hear a lot of people talking about colloidal silver, and for a lot of people, it works. It's not my thing. I've never found the efficacy for me. Every person is different. My journey's not yours. So, because part of it is your belief, right? You've got to believe that this does it, and it does. I've seen it. I've watched it. And it keeps me healthy. I don't really get sick anymore, unless it's water vapor pollution or chemtrails. But I'll tell you, against all that, again, vitamin C. When I started upping those doses, it was an immense difference, particularly on my lungs because I'm asthmatic. In any case, I wanted to give you some hints because it's time to get prepared. Again, all our supplements, 90% of this is coming from China or parts thereof. So the longer these disruptions, the more chance these things are going to run out. What happens is a lot of the smaller stores and even the large guys in natural products, they don't carry a lot of inventory. They're just in time. So you might want to get just in time and get in there and get organized. Again, it's something that you carry on because once you're on the supplements, honestly, it's like it changes everything. It really does. In any case, I'm working on something kind of big. Found some pretty crazy stuff over the last few days, but I'm not quite ready to share it. But hang in for tomorrow and we'll talk about what I have noticed with the coronavirus and the 5G. And I found a bit of a pattern and some interesting news. If you haven't subscribed, I'd love to have you here, of course, and Facebook and Instagram. And here's the thing too, I know I get viewers that want to friend me on Facebook, and sometimes I don't know who those people are. So if you're commenting on something, I'm going to see who's doing that, and I will accept your friend request. Try to be selective. Thank you. And keep well and get yourself organized, because when your body's properly prepared, it can fight off anything. And COVID-19 is nothing different. Just be prepared.